Hello guys, to the new guys who have just subscribed. For the guys who have been there, it's DigiSub once again with another tutorial. I can say it's scratch pattern number 6. So I'll just play this demo and then we jump right into the breakdown and I will show you a couple of things here and there. So I'll just play it.
Sub.
DJ Sub the King. Tom them.
Yeah, so guys, there it is. So what we'll do, we'll just jump into Sony Acid. So guys, even before I go fire, at the end of the video I'll be giving I have like two logo animations and I will bring out a challenge. The guys who will win, I'm gonna give each individual the logo animations. So they are cool, so you can use them in your videos, and the rest of the guys I can offer to give them like the lower thirds to customize with Sony Vegas. So we can now start with the tutorial. Yeah, so over here I can say there are a couple of things I've done in this section. Let's say before we reach over here, before we reach over here, let me mark here number 3. From this starting point to number 3, everything that I've done here is something that I've done before, so I won't be talking much about it, but I'll just break down the things that I can say I tried to redo them in another way. So for the guys who haven't watched the previous tutorials, so I won't focus on this section much. I will focus on this section because this is where I came up with some new ideas. So let us there's some guys who usually like to screenshot the scratch pattern, so I'll just zoom in, then you screenshot it, and then we carry on. So here is a normal scratch. Yeah, I believe as per now you've already done your screenshotting. So another thing that I want to talk about, everything over here it's normal, so even the break effect is normal. For the guys who haven't watched the tutorial of how to install and how to use the break effect, go and check it out. So another thing that I want to talk about, in this audio track there is a reverb, as you can see there are scratches over here. So what I did, I placed my scratches on the reverb audio track so that they can sound much better out of the normal. So here, this is how they sound like. Oh, sorry. Just like that, nothing much. So let us play from here. Yeah. So as from here, as you can see, this is the CDJ backspin. If I play the whole of it, it usually sucks. Hear it usually sucks. So what I usually love is just playing this first section. I slice the rest and then work with that. So when I play, just like that, much better compared to the whole thing. So this is where you just cook in something, your creativity. As per now, I'm going faster because I know the guys who are looking at this have watched the previous videos. If you find everything over here is new, so do the same. Jump in the previous tutorials about Sony Acid Pro 7 scratch patterns and check them out. So our lesson begins from here now. From here. So as per now, you can hear this hey by Vibes Cartel.
Hey! Thanks now.
So now let me break it down from here now. This is where the real tutorial begins. So as per now, we are on our 16 boxes. So what I did, I just copied, made the normal scratches. Like, let me delete this one. Here is our normal scratches, how we lay them. So what I did, I jumped one box and made from -8 to -2 and gave it a space of -3. A space of 3 boxes so that somebody can hear it jumping in. So when I play it, just like that. So we carry on. And then over here I just made a normal scratch too, drag this to be longer, and then 3 small scratches, and then over here I placed my hey sound on the Dreamscape express delay Dreamscape preset so that it can continue. Let me mute this and then you check it out. Yeah, so to give it more flavor. Then over here I took my DJ drop, Richie G, the producer and the video director. He's the one who made for me back in 2017. I still have it. I don't know if right now you usually do them, but you can try. You can DM him on IG and see if he can do something for you. So here, this is how it sounds like.
Sub.
As you can see, it's -1, -2, -3, and at the bottom, as you can see, where the express delay audio track is, it's -3, so that when it concludes, it brings that more life to the mix.
So
Just like that. So over here, I just made my scratches, normal scratches, 3 small scratches and 1 big long scratch. So this is how it sounds like. Just like that. 1 small scratch and 1 big scratch, which has been pitched -2. Yeah, I had gone to check out some kid screaming. I believe if you preview the video, you'll hear in a distance some kid screaming. A kid is playing. Let the kids enjoy themselves. So we are back. So as you have seen over here, it's a normal scratch. Instead of dragging it to be bigger, you just leave it, then you pitch it +2. So and then over here, as you can see, instead of making a scratch to be this way, what I did was to just drag deleted the one over here and made it -2. So when I play it, this is how it will sound like. Then over here, since this is -2, I made this +3 and +5 so that somebody can feel like the pitch is changing. Just like that. So for the guys who do copy paste or screenshot the scratches, you can you can keep on doing that, but it's not good at all, because you'll sound like me, and that sucks. Everybody should discover their own how they sound. So over here, instead of making them -8 to -1 or -2, I just reversed these ones and then pitch them from +1, +2, +3, +4. So this is how they sound like. Then I did add some more flavor by adding this break effect to a break effect. Yeah, just like that. Then added one scratch and one big scratch. Then over here, instead of making like it to be like this, I made it to be thicker, a lot to take 2 boxes. So when I play it, when it's 1 box, it will be sharp. So it will be sharp, but I want it to be thick. It's like a baby scratch that has been dragged slower. Yeah, so over here this pattern continues. So yeah, I can say these are the kind of patterns which you just come up and then you experiment. So what I did, this I reversed it and made it +2, and this one I made it -2, +2, +1, +3. So when I play it, this is what it will sound like. It's like it's going down then coming up. Yeah, the sound is not linear. Yeah. So over here I made it -1, +2, and keep this in mind: -1, +2. Yeah. As you can see, and another thing, even over here, keep this in mind. This is where I couldn't do this back before, but I had to practice and do some research and then came up with this. So this one is +1, -2, +2, -3. As you can see, we are jumping from +1 to -2, from +2 to -2. So when I play it, this is how it will sound like. Just like that. Then we won't talk about this. It's the normal thing. So over here, I did copy the previous scratch that we did back before: +1, -2, +2, -2. Then pasted it over here. Then made it longer now. Just like that. So over here I took the sound and drag it to be long. I can even slice it over here. We don't need it to be that long. So as you can see over here, it's +1, -2, +2, -2. So in this other section, I did add +1 and -1. Since the one that we have left behind is +1, -2, +2, -2. I did a +1 and a -1. +1 it becomes +2. -1 becomes -3. +1 becomes +3, on and on. So I'll zoom out, then play it so that you can feel the difference. These are sharp and these are thick. I hope you have good earphones or headphones. You'll listen to hear it much better. Just like that. So as you can, I will zoom in. It's +2, -3, +3, -3. Then over here, I just dragged on the 16 box, dragged the effect to be longer. So I did copy again the same scratch over here and pasted it over here. Now I did change the pitching, like again, +1 and -1. I did add plus on the +2 that was we did use previously. So everything is just like that. You keep on adding so that you can somebody can feel like your scratch is flowing. Yeah, so I won't talk about it because I've already talked about it. So over here I took +1 and -4. I wanted it to sound so I wanted it to sound different, so that when you listen to it, you can spot, like, you can hear the change in the pitching. You see here, this is sharp and this one is deep. Just like that. So I'll just play it till here where it says Digisub. I play it from here. Oh, I believe in the background you can hear some kids, so bear with me. We'll just carry on. We focus with the tutorial, not the people in the background. So I'll just play it.
Sub. DJ Sub the King.
Just like that. So over here over here I did some pitching as well. See, back to our normal 16 boxes. So this pattern I've used it in a couple of previous tutorials. So if you I had some guy a friend who told me that he has downloaded all the videos from my YouTube channel. Thanks, man. I'm pretty sure in 1 or 2 months of watching the tutorials you become a guru, and check out even other tutorials and listen to many mixes, you'll become a guru. Yeah. So over here, and it's just I can say it's a normal pattern. I won't explain much because there's nothing to explain. It's just something you create on your own and experiment. Just like that. And make sure when you are creating your patterns, make sure they flow. Some patterns are usually off. Make sure your pattern is flowing. I did add it on the Dreamscape section. Let me push this to the left a little, then save it. So what I did over here, I just pitched it down from -1 to -3. Now over here, positive -1, positive 2, so that somebody can spot the difference. Yeah. So over here we focus on this once again. -1, reverse, +2, +1 again, and -1 and +1. If you can recall, back in primary school, -1 plus -1, that becomes -2. It's like having a debt of one shilling, then you borrowed another debt for 1 shilling. In total you have a debt of 2 shillings, which becomes negative. So over here it's -1. I did reverse it, and +2. On this section I just copied this one over here and made it -2 reverse. The reverse wasn't changing, it was remaining the same. Then +3, the same thing. I copied this one and pasted it over here. -3 from -2, -3, +4, from +3 to +4. Then I pitched it up to 18%, 18.9, 19%, let's say, if we round off to +3. Yeah. So over here I did, as you can see, there is a pattern already. Jumping 4 boxes, and over here I don't know why I jumped 3 boxes, but yeah, and over here as well. So +3, +2, +1, it's depreciating. It's coming from a sharp sound to a kind of thick sound. As you can see, it's +3 to +1. Then over here I made it -1, +2, -2. I can say it doesn't sound that cool, but just trying something out. So over here, since the other one we had started from +3 to -1, now over to +1. Now over here it started from -1 to +3, just like that. And then you put it down to your Express Delay tab. So I'll zoom out, then play it, so that you can get to hear how it sounds like after knowing how it's done.
DJ Sub the King.
Just like that. Over here I took a sound effect, tamped them by Mavado. I don't know which song it is, but it's the sound of Mavado.
Tom them.
So over here I let it to be its normal, no pitching. So over here I made it -2, and over here -1. Now -1 to -2. So over here, this scratch, in my previous tutorials I've used it couple of times. If you're a new guy, you might end up getting mixed up, but you can check out the previous tutorials in the Sony Acid Pro 7 scratch patterns playlist. So as you can see, it's from starting from -1 to -8, and then when it reaches over here to this first bold line, it goes from +8 to +1. Then over here we invert this one now. So since this it ends with -8, now over here we start with -8 and end with +14, -14. Yeah, so when I play it, this is what it sound like, just like that. As you can see over here, it's a normal scratch, then at the bottom, the first scratch, I placed it on the reverb. As you can see, when I click over here, it will show you this reverb, the first scratch. So as you can see, even over here, it's -1. It's -1, +2, -3. Over here it's negative, positive. You just cook it till you feel it sounds awesome. So nothing special about this section, so I'll just play it. Just like that, and that's how you bring some variation when you are pitching to your scratches. So I won't play it from the first at first, so I'll just play it, let's say, from here, so that we can save time, so that we can talk about the challenge that I talked about when we were starting.
Sub. DJ Sub the King. Tom them.
Yeah, just like that. So guys, we've already talked about the tutorial, so here's the challenge. Since I had used Drinks na Mayengs, the song itself and the instrumental, so on your side, come up with some cool ideas with some scratch patterns of your own, or even something that you have learned from the tutorial. You can share it with friends, so that the champ, there are two, as you can see, the guy who will sit down with my Ground Zero Digits crew and select the champ, who will give him this. Let me play it, this logo animation, so that when you are doing your video mixes, you can add it to your video mixes to give it more flavor. So here it is. So what I'll just do, I made this, so what I'll just do, I'll just change your name and place it over here. Yeah, so put in work and you'll end up having this. So this is the other one. Same as this one. I'll just place your name over here and then send it to your Telegram or to your email. So that the time you just see this tutorial, start working. It's a 1 week challenge, so that you can then once you're through, you can send the video. We will screen record what you have done, and then send it to my WhatsApp number. I will leave it in the description. Like I've said, we're using Drinks na Mayengs, the song and the instrumental, those two. the rest, any other thing is up to you, but make sure drinks na mayangs and the instrumental is there. So I'm looking forward. Let me check my calendar. Yeah, we on 2nd, so on the 9th, this is when I'll be selecting the champ, after you guys having like a whole week taking care of that. So keep them coming, guys, keep them coming. So all the best, guys, and I'm glad that I've shared this tutorial, and more ideas will be coming. After doing my research, even doing research from the videos every individual will send. So it's just sharing the knowledge. And for the guys who haven't subscribed yet, you can just subscribe so that I can keep you posted. If you are a new guy and you are up for the challenge, the flow is yours. Do your stuff. So see you in the next tutorial, and I've been DJ Sub.